Everybody good out there? All right, perfect. We got Coach Pruitt's Wednesday night media availability. Coach will make an opening statement, and then we will take questions. Please hit the raise your hand function, and we'll call on you. Coach.
Today's the last day of finals. Our guys have, along with our academic staff, done a really nice job this semester, working to finish this semester off. So, I know they'll be look forward to probably tomorrow. There's no school for them, so that'd be the first time probably since June. So, be a little unusual for the next couple of weeks, but we'll be good. Should be able to get some extra film and things in. I know they're excited about this weekend. Had 3 really good days of practice and ready to go to Nashville.
Questions? We'll start with David Oven.
Jeremy, how have Harrison and JT stacked up this week?
They're taking the same amount of reps with the 1s and the 2s, both of them. I feel like we've had really good tempo. Seems to be some confidence there. It's the more reps they get, they're going to continue to improve, and I think they've done a nice job.
Eric Kane, then Blake Topmeyer.
Hey, Jeremy, with the potential of some seniors to return next season, has there been any talk about expanding scholarship limits to kind of help you guys out for football next year?
My understanding is next year's returning senior class doesn't count against your 85 limit. I'm not sure that's exactly right, but that's my understanding.
Thank you.
Jeremy, with the kicking situation Saturday, do you plan to travel Toby Wilson or will Paxton handle everything there?
No, Toby will travel. He'll travel.
And you mentioned a few weeks ago on the assistant coaching pay situation that final story maybe hadn't been written yet. Has there been any change on that front?
No, we've been focused on the season. So, it's with everything that's going on in the pandemic and the way that I guess our routines change every day. So for instance, on Sunday, we worked on Vanderbilt and Texas A&M a little bit just in case. We've really been focused on what's going on right now, and we'll focus on that when the season's over with.
Patrick Brown, then Gustavo.
Hey, Jeremy, Austin Pope put something on Twitter, I think it was yesterday, saying he'd kind of been cleared to return or resume doing something. Kind of what's the update on his status, and does he plan to keep playing for you guys next season?
Who are you talking about?
Austin Pope.
Oh, Austin. Oh, well, my conversations with Austin, it's been very unfortunate for him. Had a great off season, came back and looked really, really good. He's played some good football for us, and unfortunately for him, with the injury, it sidelined him this year. I've not had a conversation particularly with him about that for probably a couple of weeks now, but we'd love to have him back.
Coach, last Monday completed 3 years that you were hired as the Tennessee football head coach. How do you see the program and yourself after those 3 years that you've been hired as a coach?
Well, every day I look in the mirror. I don't think I'm getting any younger. So that's one thing for sure. No, it's obviously been a whole lot of fun. Myself, my family, the men who came here knew exactly what we were getting into. We love the kids that we're around. We love the administration, representing the University of Tennessee, and we're excited about an opportunity on Saturday.
Other questions? Trey Wallace.
Jeremy, what will the running back situation, besides Eric Gray and Chandler, have you guys been looking at to get anybody else involved during the game on Saturday? Have y'all been is D Beckwith somebody that you might take to Vanderbilt, just in case you might need him?
Yeah, absolutely. He's been getting a lot of reps. And Jabari Smalls, Jabari got injured down at Auburn during warmups. So both of these guys are back. D's a guy that really, he missed all of summer and fall camp, and just a guy that the more reps he takes, the better he's getting. And he played on special teams last week, and he'll continue to see an increased role.
We'll go to Wes Rucker, then Kelly.
Jeremy, I guess, we keep seeing the COVID numbers here locally have gone up with the team, the midweek tests. How have those gone? Have y'all gotten information? Is everything still okay from that end? Have y'all had any positives this week?
No, we've been very fortunate, and I know that's probably not the case here locally and throughout our state and our country. It's very unfortunate. We continue to preach safety, and I can't say enough about what Geronimo and Dr. Klink and their staff have done in educating our players to help prevent them from, getting this disease.
Hey, Coach Pruitt, earlier you mentioned on the SEC teleconference that there was a lot of unknown surrounding Vandy with them not playing last week and a new interim head coach and a dwindling roster. I mean, what does preparation look like for you guys ahead of Vandy?
Well, we've been focused on the things that we can control, which is us, and we have lots of things we need to improve upon. Our kids have great attitude, continue to work extremely hard, and trying to work to play a complete game. There's throughout the season, we've played really well in spurts at times. And then, there's been some times that we've not. So just looking for a complete game.
Eric Kane, then back to Blake.
Hey, Jeremy, what have you seen out of Vanderbilt freshman quarterback Ken Seals? Kind of what has he been doing well? How has he improved in the tape that you've seen this year? And what's going to be the challenge for your defense and kind of containing him and what he can do on Saturday?
Well, he's a good athlete, plays with poise and confidence. He can extend plays. He's got a really, really good arm. Seems to be able to make all the throws. He's got good playmakers outside. They have 4 or 5 running backs that they play that are really talented, and I've been impressed with their offensive line.
I think Blake got cut off, but we'll go to Austin Price.
Hey, Coach, when you're facing a team that's not going to win on the year and it's a rivalry game and they've now got an interim coach, do you have to be mindful and tell your players that, you're probably going to expect the whole kitchen sink thrown at you, whether it be onside kicks or going forward or fakes or all those type things as, a team that's just trying to, get a little positive momentum like Vanderbilt?
Well, I think it's probably the case with both teams. The kids work extremely hard, and our opportunities are running out. So I think both sides will be aggressive and try to do everything that they can to play at the best of their ability.
Any more questions for Coach? Back to Wes. Wes, you there? Blake, are you there?
Yeah,
Blake,
sorry about that.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
Do you have a question?
Yeah, sorry about that.
No problem.
Jeremy, with signing day, the signing period coming up next week, what's your message been to recruits here in recent weeks?
It's really interesting. If you look at the SEC, there's some teams that are finished playing, and so for 10 days leading up to signing day, they obviously have an advantage, probably not working on opponents. Some teams have been out for 1 week, some for 2 weeks. There's some of us that are playing the entire time. So, I don't know any time in my career that I've ever taken my cell phone to practice. But over the last 10 days, I've done that a few times, just expecting phone calls and things like that based off being able to continue to recruit and coach the football team. So it has been very unusual circumstances for sure.
If I can follow up on that, last year you had the bowl game, of course, coming after signing day, but this is the first time, and I know when you were finishing up your final season in Alabama, you were kind of working it at both ends, but this is the first time, you've been preparing for regular season games with the signing period mixed in with that. I mean, you kind of touched on the difficulties, but just has that affected the way you have to approach things or change the way you do anything, or I guess just how much more of a challenge has that made that for y'all?
Yeah, no, if you want to be a good recruiter, you have to recruit every single day. So we've probably spent a little bit more time over the last couple of weeks to recruit, just knowing that this was coming based off our schedule. Just trying to stay on top of things. So it's unusual. It is for everybody, right? So, there's been a lot of firsts this year. And so we're learning from it, adapting to it, and really kind of just going full speed ahead.
Try Wes one more time. Can you hear us?
I can hear y'all. Can you hear me?
We can.
Jeremy, you've talked about the team kind of having a good attitude, a good mindset throughout all this. And I know that's the expectation, that you show up every day, you clock in, you work hard, but have you been surprised that you've still been kind of pleased with their work ethic despite the past couple months? I know it's been a frustrating year and obviously a frustrating couple months.
Well, I've kind of been on both sides of it. Teams that, hadn't lost any games. And there's been times it seemed like you had to drag it out of them every single day, and obviously we've not had the season that we would love to have, but our players, I think a lot of it, we got good leadership on our team. We've got a lot of guys that they know they're going to be back. They're looking forward to the future of our program. They understand where we're at and the things that we got to do to get where we want to get to. So with the leadership we have on our team, these guys they have a lot of pride in the University of Tennessee, and they want to finish off the season the right way.
Last question, Trey Wallace.
Hey, Jeremy, when I know you talked about bowl season and accepting an invite not too long ago. With the way that the bowls are set up this year and the way that your season is actually going to end on the 19th as it's scheduled to, would that only give you guys maybe 4 or 5 practices to actually get ready for a bowl? And is that something you've talked with other coaches or athletic director, Philip Fulmer?
Well, me and Philip have obviously had conversations about it. I don't know the exact dates of all the bowl games, but it's the circumstances, and everybody will, if that's what we do, we'll put our best foot forward, and we'll just keep on grinding.
All right, thank y'all very much.
See y'all.